What's up, you guys? Hey. If I'm late, I do apologize. Am I late? Maybe a few minutes. I do apologize. I swear it's always, as I was about to hop on live, I lost a nail. So I was like, no, I have to go grab one. Okay, so I don't know if you guys keep up with Nathan on IG, but if you don't, you should. Nathan can be rather entertaining on IG, and he talks a lot. Like, he goes live a lot. And recently, just yesterday, we found out that they have a custody agreement in place in regards to Kaiser. You know, Nathan has been saying for quite some time that he wanted more custody, that he felt that David was abusive and blah, 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 blah. You know, that he's made posts about Kaiser coming home or to his house with webs, bruises, belt marks, and things such as that. Hey, everyone. So, that is an AK song. Bomb is Queen. So, yesterday, he actually was on a live. I think it was yesterday. He did not save the live because of a comment that he made in the live stream. So while he was live, I'm going to play you guys what he said. And then we will talk about it. Let's see.
I don't like, I'm sorry. I don't like Kaiser around Jace. I don't like him. I don't think Jace is a good kid. And that's my opinion. I think Kaiser has a big heart. I think he's very loving. And I think Jace picks on him because he's smaller. So I don't like Kaiser around Jace. I'm sorry.
So, I did not actually catch that live stream. It was done early in the morning. He deleted it because of talking about that. But an account, Kittyjakers, always covers like Teen Mom. And I found it on that account. And I asked, could I share it with you guys? So I screen recorded it so I could share it with you guys and play the audio. So Nathan says that he, listen to it again, because he says, I do not like Kaiser around Jace. I don't like him. That's what, we're going to listen to it again, because it seems like he straight up says, I don't like him.
I'm sorry, I don't like Kaiser around Jace. I don't like him. I don't think Jace is a good kid. And that's my opinion. I think Kaiser has a big heart. I think he's very loving. And I think Jace picks on him because he's smaller. So I don't like Kaiser around Jace. I'm sorry.
Okay, so that to me is something screams not right here. Either Nathan is being way over the top regarding his son, or there's more to it, because Nathan being a boy, my boys fight, they're mean to each other. You have to teach them not to be. They have to have guidance. You know, all of our kids will be little buttholes to each other, and you have to get on to them for that and tell them that they can't do that. You have to, you know, boys mainly. I have 4 boys, and let me tell you, like, they'll make rude comments to each other. They'll tell each other to be quiet for no reason. You know, one will walk in the room and say, hey, whatever, and the other one will say, be quiet. And it's just like, but I don't want them not around each other. My older 2 kids, they have a half sibling, and we do everything that we can for them to see each other. And even if I was to find out that their half sibling was a little mean, I would just talk to his mom and say, hey, listen, or like he should talk to Barb and say, listen, Barb, Kaiser has said a couple times, you know, when he comes over, that Jace is mean to him, or I've seen Jace be mean to him. Can you guys, I really want them to have that brotherly bond. They're not with each other all the time, you know. So something, I feel like there's something more in depth with this. I don't know what, on a recent IG live that Janelle done, she was doing her hair and someone asked how Barbara and Jace was. And she said that Jace basically gives Barbara a run for her money. I don't think Barbara Janelle can. And you're probably right, Tiffany. Whereas they should be able to have that conversation. Parents should be able to just say, hey, listen, you know, Kaiser's come to me and he feels like Jace is a little mean to him. Can y'all talk to Jace? And if Jace continues to be mean, then Jace needs to get a little bit of a punishment. Has his phone taken for a little while. You know, he needs to see that he can't, it's not acceptable to be mean to his brother. So I don't know if I'm overlooking things, or I don't know if I'm looking too much into things. Hey Kendra, how are you feeling? And Paris, she drives again this evening. And after this evening, she'll either pass or fail the driving part, and then she'll have a permit until March. And then March she'll go to the DMV and she'll be able to get her license. So we have today where she's going to drive today, and she done okay yesterday. I'll talk more about that at the end of this video. Anybody that's coming in, as you guys know, like I said, just kind of go over this. Nathan and Janelle finally reached a custody agreement that supposedly they are both comfortable with and they both agree with, supposedly. That's what has been said. It's Nathan gets him every other weekend. Janelle has him for the holidays on even years. Nathan on odd years. He always at Christmas is at his mom's house, but that evening he goes to his dad's house until the 27th. He goes to his grandmother's. Yes, Kendra Tiny Dancer, she has COVID. You guys keep her in your prayers. She was just diagnosed with COVID, so now she is quarantining. So praying for Kendra. But, you know, me, when I found out that they come to a custody agreement, I was a little shocked because I was like, I thought Nathan was fighting harder. And I know that it is hard. Like, a judge isn't always just going to hand a kid over to another parent. Nathan has his legal issues as well. He's been arrested a few times. He had a DUI not too long ago. So this may be the only option, you know. So maybe he's having to just, because of his record and his history, he knows he's not going to be able to get full custody. I personally, if I 1,000% thought that my child was being abused, I would do whatever. But Nathan said something else in the live stream. Yeah, Nathan got a DUI 6-8 months ago or so. I remember it was really late at night. I could be wrong. It could have been last year. But it was really late at night, and I had just done a video. I had done a live stream, and I just got off, and I checked the Ashley, and it had just popped up that he had just got a DUI. Yeah, it was not, I mean, it was no longer than a year ago, I can tell you that. So, hey, Night Runner, how are you feeling? So, Nathan said something else in this stream. People were asking him about him and David's relationship. And he said that him and David have a lot of the same views on things. I feel like politics is something that they bond over, and they agree a lot on politics. So he says they actually are not, they actually agree on a lot of things. He says that David just does not know how to express himself in a professional, calm manner. So when David has an issue, rather than, you know, talking it out, he flips out and acts crazy. Well, Nathan said that since they have started being able to talk to each other and remain calm with each other and be civil, that David will like call him up and be like, hey, can you come get Kaiser? Blah, 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 blah. That it's been really chill. He says that even Kaiser has come to him and said, David doesn't whip me anymore. It's been like 3 months or so since, I think he said 3 months, that David has not spanked Kaiser in like 3 months. Hey, Jano. So he says that he thinks whatever has changed in David, it's a good thing. Yes, why can't Nathan say respectful or civil rather than professional? It's not a job site. You're right. I always caught that too. He was like, why can't you have a conversation in a professional manner? You don't have to be professional. Just in a civil manner, respectful manner, you know. But the main thing that shocked me was him talking about not liking Jace. He says, I don't like Kaiser around Jace. I don't like him. And Jace is mean to him. Kaiser is younger and he's like a big softy. You know, your little claws. But it really makes me wonder what exactly is going on with Jace. Janelle said that Jace is basically giving Barbara a run for her money. Barbara's having a hard time handling him. So it makes me wonder, like, what's going on? You guys know that Janelle has a brother, Colin, who has a lot of issues, you know, and Barbara put him in, like, several institutions as he was growing up. Janelle has a sister as well that also has been put in the hospital before, that has had a lot of issues as well. So it runs in his family that he could have something, you know, that he has anger issues. He's been on medication. And, you know, I feel like if you really look at it, like me personally, I would want to make sure I solve the problem as much as I could. I would not just say, I don't want my kid around their brother. I would say, I want them to have a good relationship. So what do we got to do to make that happen? But once again, when it comes to like Barbara and Janelle, you can't just have those conversations with them because they're not the easiest people to talk to, you know? So it makes me wonder what's going on. Jace is like this because of his upbringing. Yeah. So I'm going to play the recording one more time for you, for those of you that have just come in. What Nathan said, he was on an IG Live yesterday morning, and he did not save it. And I'm assuming it's because of this statement here.
I'm sorry, I don't like Kaiser around Jace. I don't like him. I don't think Jace is a good kid. And that's my opinion. I think Kaiser has a big heart. I think he's very loving. And I think Jace picks on him because he's smaller. So I don't like Kaiser around Jace. I'm sorry.
So, the things that he named off are regular brother situations. He's a little mean, you know. He was saying that on an IG Live. You know, brothers can be mean to each other. They can be rude to each other. But for him to say, I don't like Kaiser around him, I don't like him, I feel like there's more to it. I don't know. I feel like it's either really bad that Jace is very mean to Kaiser, or there's something going on that we don't know about. I don't know. Right, Amanda. I don't think he's saying the full story. I think there's something that we don't know. Right. My sons fight all the time, but they love each other. Me and my brothers and sisters fight all the time, but we love each other. Well, now we don't fight all the time, but when we were little, you know, we fought a lot, and we loved each other. And I wanted to be around my siblings. Like, I like to be around my siblings. We were very close in age, so I really wanted to be around my siblings. So I feel like this statement also may cause some issues. I don't know, but I feel like when Janelle hears this, and granted, she's going to hear this because it's been clipped and put out everywhere at this point, I feel like it's going to piss her off. You're right. Janelle did make a comment about Barbara wanting to have Jace put into a hospital of some sort. And she said, she done that to my brother. She done that to my sister. I won't let her do that to Jace. Makes you wonder if she's like trying to have him committed. I don't know. Which is sad because Jace is just a kid. I don't feel like he's had a lot of trauma. Right. Always been caught in the middle. Being made to feel like he has to choose between his mom and his grandmother. Yeah, I don't think he should have said it publicly. On these IG lives, Nathan does not bite his tongue. He says whatever he wants to say, and that's just what it is. But sometimes he don't always save them because he realizes that he said too much sometimes. Come on, baby. I'm curious if they've seen a professional. Yeah, I don't know. I know he sees a therapist. Don't bite mommy's hand. I know that Jace does see a therapist. So it makes you wonder what the therapist is saying. What does the therapist suggest? And if there's issues between Kaiser and Jace, do you think maybe she met his father? If there are problems between Kaiser and Jace that are really bad, then that needs to be handled. Kaiser needs to be comfortable in his home and not be bullied, even if it's by a child. Yeah. I agree. Therapy together could be a good thing for them. Oh yeah, Andrew isn't stable himself. He's an alcoholic, a recovering alcoholic. Don't really know for sure if he's sober right now or not sober. So that is what it is, you guys. I think there's something more to the story. I mean, he even said, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So I don't see Nathan being and I don't say this to disrespect anybody, but I know just from being in the South, Southern people are very, very family oriented people. I mean, I've known people from the North that are you hang out with your family this much? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah. So, and it could be like that everywhere. Maybe just the people that I know that I've met from up north just weren't like that. But I feel like Nathan would normally be one of those types that would want Kaiser to have a relationship with his brother. So the fact that he isn't and he doesn't, and he said, I don't like him, I don't know. I think there's something deeper there. And hopefully it's nothing that's really harming Kaiser or Jace for that matter. Whatever the situation may be. If it's something more than just your regular brother, rowdy brothers, then it definitely needs to be checked into and they need to get that taken care of. But I feel like this is going to bother Janelle and Barbara when they hear this. When they hear Nathan saying that they do not when they hear that Nathan says he does not like Kaiser around Jace and he doesn't like Jace, I feel like that's going to cause an issue. Right, yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and hop off this stream. I'm going to come back for one more and then I got to head out for the day. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you need a rewind to listen to the audio again. I played the audio, I think, around 3 times. Quick recap. Nathan says he does not like Kaiser around Jace, that he doesn't like Jace, and he says he's not going to get into it really, but that Jace is mean to Kaiser and kind of bullies Kaiser, so he does not like Kaiser around Jace. He also talks about his and David's newfound friendship where they bond over things that they have in common, like their political views and stuff such as that. And he says that Kaiser has even said that David has not whipped him in several months. So I'm going to go off for just a few minutes and I'll be right back. I think I'm going to cover Tyra Banks is reportedly banned all the Real Housewives stars from appearing on Dancing with the Stars. I think I'm going to cover that. The Ashley wrote an article on it that comes from OK Magazine, and I think I'm going to read that to you guys. So I'll come right back in about 5 minutes.